Hi guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I hope you're all well. So today I'm going to be talking about using an overseas company to buy UK property and whether that's got any tax advantages or not. So a lot of you guys are probably aware, Dubai is the biggest one at the moment. It's the sexiest, it's the favourite tax haven of the world, if you want to call it that. In that, for the most part, there's still 0% corporation tax for most industries. Yeah, it might be going up to 9% even for the free zone companies from next year onwards, but that's only on profits over a certain amount. So for the large part, Dubai is still tax free. So a lot of people are coming, Josh, why don't I buy the property with a Dubai company, buy UK property with this Dubai company and save some tax? But unfortunately, we're going to have to bring the bad news there, because where you've got a UK-based property, UK status asset, the property is based in the UK are always going to try and tax it in the UK, no matter whether it's owned by you, person overseas, an overseas company, no matter what, because that's where the property is located. So for a lot of people, having a UK property owned by an overseas company doesn't do a great deal in terms of saving tax, especially the tax on the rental profits. There used to be a lot of tax planning involved in terms of saving stamp duty, stamp duty, capital gains, inheritance tax, but a lot of that has been changed, which makes owning UK property by an overseas entity usually quite tax inefficient now. However, it's different if you wanted to buy property in a different country. So following on from the example of Dubai, if you had a Dubai company that was buying property in Dubai, then that would be tax-free, even if you per se were UK resident. So I'm sure you know that as a UK resident you pay UK tax on all your income and worldwide gains, unless you're non-domiciled, in which you might claim the remittance basis, but we're not talking about that here. So as a UK resident, you could still buy property in Dubai and not pay any tax on it. So the way you might look to structure that is by having a Dubai company which owns the property, then that collects the rent, that does whatever it needs to do, and then that's what gets taxed on it. The only time you as an individual, you as a UK resident might get taxed would be where you're extracting money from it, either salary, dividends, interest, any of those methods. And then if you're a UK resident at the time, that's when you'll get taxed on that. But what you could potentially do is, if you've already got income, you've got trading businesses in the UK, you don't actually need that. You could have that Dubai company that just basically rolls up, it builds up that rental income, buys another property, all completely tax-free. And then in 5 years' time, or whatever it is, when you want to retire, you might move to Dubai for a couple of years. Well, you might plan on moving to Dubai in a couple of years. As long as you stay there broadly, at least 5 complete tax years or so, you can actually take all of the money from that overseas company completely tax-free and then bring it back to the UK without any tax problems whatsoever. All of this overseas tax planning stuff is very complicated, so please check with a specialist tax accountant, a chartered tax advisor, to make sure that you are doing it right and there's no kind of gaps in the legislation that might impact you. But this is the kind of stuff that, in a high level overview, can be achieved by looking at different countries and basically utilising what's possible in one and what's not in another to your advantage. So if you would like to learn more about this, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel and feel free to reach out to me using the details below. And I would love to have a chat to see how we can help you build more international long-term wealth.